Christopher Paul Curtis's Bud Not Buddy, Chapter 8, Part 2. I knew what the man was trying to say. This was the exact same kind of circle talking and cross talking that Mama used to do. Bugs hadn't had that kind of practice. He came from behind the tree and said, "I don't get it. You said there were Hooversvilles all over the place. What if we was looking for a Hooverville in Detroit or Chicago? How could this be the right one to be in?" The man said, "You boys from Flint?" I said, "Yes, sir." The man waved his mouth organ like a magic wand and pointed all over the little cardboard city. "Boys," he said, "look around you." The city was bigger than I thought it was. The raggedy little huts were in every direction you looked, and there were more people sitting around them than I first thought, too. Mostly it was men and big boys, but there were a couple of women every now and then, and a kid or two. They were all the colors you could think of, black, white, and brown, but the fire made everyone look like they were different shades of orange. There were dark orange folks sitting next to medium orange folks sitting next to light orange folks. "All these people," the mouth organ man said, "are just like you. They're tired, hungry, and a little bit nervous about tomorrow. This here is the right place for y'all to be, 'cause we're all in the same boat, and you boys are nearer to home than you'll ever get." Someone said, "Amen, brother." The mouth organ man said, "It don't matter if you're looking for Chicago or Detroit or Orlando or Oklahoma City. I rode the rails to all of them. You might think or you might hear that things are better just down the line, but they're singing the same sad song all over this country. Believe me, son, being on the road is no good. If you two boys are from Flint, this is the right Hooverville for you." Someone said, "Brother, why don't we feed these boys? That one looks like he ain't ate in 2 or 3 months. Shucks, he didn't have to point or nothing. Everyone knew who he meant, but I didn't care. The food that was bubbling up in those 3 big pots even sounded delicious. The mouth organ man said, "You're welcome to join us, but we all pitch in here, so unless either one of you is carrying one of them smoked West Virginia hams in them bags, it looks like you'll be pulling KP tonight." I said, "Pulling what, sir?" He said, "KP, kitchen police. You do the cleanup after everyone's had their fill. There are a couple other young folks who'll show you what you have to do." Me and Bugs both said, "Yes, sir." This seemed like a real good trade. A woman handed me and Bugs each a flat, square, empty tin can. "That, me lords, is your china. Please be careful not to chip it." My china had the words Jumbo A&P Sardines stamped into the bottom of it. She handed us 2 beat-up old spoons and said, "Don't be shy. You two just about missed supper. You'd best hurry up." She took us over to one of the big pots and filled up our tin plates. "You're lucky," she said. "It's muskrat stew, and there's plenty left over tonight. Eat as much as you can." The stew was made out of dandelion greens and a couple of potatoes and some small wild carrots and some crawdads and a couple little chunks of meat. It tasted great. We both even got seconds. When we were done, the woman told us, "You boys leave your bags here. It's time to do the dishes." "Uh-oh. Ma'am, I'd like to keep my suitcase with me wherever I go." "I promise your suitcase will be safe here." I remember the Amoses had promised the same thing. I said, "You'll watch it yourself, ma'am? You'll make sure no one looks inside of it?" She said, "Son, we don't have no thieving in here. We all look out for each other." I said, "Thank you, ma'am," and put my suitcase down near the woman's feet. End part 2.